All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Brian Stickney, and we're here for Forex Live. Today is Monday, August 26th, and it is presently 9 a.m. Eastern. And what we'll be doing today is the same thing we do every day during Forex Live, and that's utilizing our daily regimen for live trading. And it's basically our trading checklist to walk through, gather the appropriate information as we want to enter these markets and help us find some trades. This daily regimen helps us keep our finger off the button so that we're not being I don't know why that word just keeps escaping me. I think I've tried to block it out of my head. We don't want to be impulsive when we're in the marketplace, and the daily regimen helps us in doing that. It helps us control our impulse by gathering the appropriate information before we actually begin trading live. So first thing we're going to do here is we'll start with the Euro USD, and we're going to have a look here. It's currently trading at 33.83, so 33.83 on this Euro USD. And the first stop will be our channel information. So we're going to pop over here to the daily report that Forex Joe puts out for us every single day on 22 currency pairs, and we will locate our channel top and our channel bottom. Now, what we're seeing here on the Euro USD is we see a channel bottom at 33.29, and one thing to note when we first look at that is a 3 of 3 channel. So on a short term, a mid-term, and a long-term level, 33.29 is lining up as a potential area for support. Then on the top side, we see 34.33 as our resistance point up there. So if we move, get some big moves, we might expect it to stop or at least stall once we get to 34.33. Next up is our support and resistance information. We want to gather our levels of support resistance, and that's because, the market, even though we do have channels for a channel top and a channel bottom, there's going to be additional levels in there where price might stall or stop as it bounces around for the day. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to gather those levels here for support and resistance. And since we're currently trading at 33.83, we would be most interested here in these numbers. So the number below us, 33.70, and the number above us, 34.08. Would be our support and resistance levels within that channel. If we break down below 33.70, we've got 33.57, and then of course 33.29. If we go to the upside, we've got 34.45, which is a little bit higher, so between there we'd have that channel top before we got to that 34.45 area. All right. Next thing we want to find out is the current condition. Are we trending or are we oscillating for the day? What's happening over here? Well, really, we're in an oscillating market. We're right back to where we opened this this market for the Sunday session, or Monday, depending on where in the world you might be. The question now is, has the channel been broken? Have we broken above 34.33 or below 33.29? The answer there is no, absolutely not. Haven't even come close. As a matter of fact, which the next piece down here is our ADR. We've been hanging out in a channel that's about 40 pips. So we're in a 40 pip channel for the day, but our average is anywhere from 80 to 100 pips. So we'll go ahead and write that down just to make sure we've got that collected. So we know that we've moved about 40 pips for the day, and our average is 80 to 100. Why do we care about average daily range? Well, we care because we want to know if this has already made a big move, and we've already moved 100 pips for the day, then maybe we wouldn't want to be entering a buy at the very top or a sell at the very bottom. It just helps us understand, what the likelihood of continued movement in a certain direction is when we look at this average daily range. Next up, we want to find out if there's any news for the day, and there is today. Today's an interesting day. We've got a pound holiday. So pop over here to the news, and today's a bank holiday all day long. No pound trading. So that's kind of a flag right there. When you have a major player like that that's out of the game, it could cause some quick movements, some whips, or it might just simply be choppy for the day and not go anywhere. So, but having a big player like that out of the game could potentially cause the markets to act a little bit different than they would under normal conditions. As far as news coming up, we're really concerned about the red reports, and I'm using forexfactory.com, by the way. The reports that are color-coded red, these are the high-impact reports that could potentially cause a market to move one way or the other. And we did have a report came out this morning. We had this core durable goods report came out. It was negative for the U.S. dollar, and as a result, we were trading down here, and we saw the dollar spike about 40 pips. And that might have been the move for the day, given the fact that we've got this pound holiday. We'll see. So we were trading down here. News came out, bam, whipped up, and now it's just kind of been stalling out right here at where the market opened for this current trading session, this current trading day, beginning with to Sydney and then into Tokyo, London, and now here in the U.S. So as far as news goes, there's no upcoming news. So there's no news that's staring at us here in the short term, or even for the rest of the day. So not too much to be concerned about there. So now we can go ahead and gather our last bit of information, and then we can get started on placing some trades. So our last bit of information here is what's happening with the Dow, crude, gold, silver, the futures market ultimately. And what we're seeing right now is there's a slight lean towards positive futures market, and that would tell us that typically when we see positive futures, we're going to see a weak dollar, and we are seeing that right now. We've got the Dow's a little bit down, but we've got the S&P's up, Nasdaq's up, crude slightly down, gold and silver are up. It's kind of leaning towards that positive side. If this rallies above 15,000, we'll really see a pop in the dollar, the Euro USD. So here we go. So we've gathered our information. We've got, we know what our current channel is, what our support resistance levels are. We know if we're trending or oscillating, what our average range is, what news is coming up, and what the futures market's doing. And now with that, we can step back and actually place the trade. So let's do that now. We'll have a look at our current channels. Now we know, let's just collapse this a little bit so we can see all of our different levels here. We know that we have a channel top here at 34.33, so put that line on the charts. And we know we have a bottom down here at 33.29, so we can put that level on the chart. So now this is our channel for the day. This is what we should be working within. If we approach either of these areas, we might want to change our game plan slightly. So here we go. Next up is our support and resistance information. So we know we have a support level down here at 33.70, and we know we have a resistance level up here at 34.08. Oops. 34.08. Apologize, I had to mute and cough just for a second. All right. So now we've got that. So this is the information from the daily report. We've got our support, we've got our resistance, and we've got our channel information. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to actually compress those channels a little bit to see, even from the report, there's still going to be other levels that are setting up throughout the day as potential support and resistance levels. And what we're really seeing right now is we have this level right here at 33.90, where we saw a price over the course of Friday. It came up, we saw a resistance here, then on Sunday or Monday, depending on where in the world you are, resistance, resistance. After news, moved right here, resisted twice. So this is shaping up to be a pretty tough level of resistance for us here at 33.90. Then down here at the bottom, this 33.70 is looking pretty darn strong as well. We saw price break through. It initially we saw it break through, it resisted, break back through for support. And now price is now broken through, and it hasn't come back to retest it just yet. So we've got these two levels here, 33.90 and 33.70, that could be great levels for us for support or resistance. So what we'll do is we're going to park some trades here. We know that we're in an oscillating market presently, now today is a little bit odd because we've got that bank holiday in Great Britain. What I would normally do under this situation, especially right now in this summertime blues that we're in, which summertime blues just means the market is more of an oscillating market than it might normally be. We're not seeing any real trend one way or the other. Oftentimes, the summertime session, we'll see levels of resistance or levels of support tested more frequently before price finally makes a move. And it will eventually make a move. I doubt it'll stay in a 40 pip channel for the day. It might, very well could, but that's unlikely. So what we would do here is have a look and say, okay, we've got this 33.90 as a resistance area. We've seen it resisted twice. Normally I would park a sell here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll keep our risk very, very small here. So we'll keep it about 10 pips, 3,400. If it moves to 3,400, it's probably telling us that we're going to be testing this 3408 or even this 3433 area. So we'll watch this 3390 here, but play a potential. We're going to play a sell off of that because it's been setting up as such a significant level of resistance for us for the day, and so we'll get that one on. We're going to look to take profit quickly. We're also looking for a limited risk on this, so we want to keep our risk low, but we want to keep our profit taking quick as well. And then I'll take my second pit of profit down here at 33.70, which is our channel bottom. And then for a buy, for a buy entry, I can select my buy. Oops, got 2 for 1 there. Select my buy. I'll move that down here to 33.70, which is our current intraday channel bottom. And I will look to do the same thing. I'm going to keep my risk fairly low. Where is my stop loss? It's in here somewhere. There it is, hiding out behind all these other lines. All right, so we're going to have my sell entry down here at 33.70. And again, we're going to keep our risk pretty low. We don't want to risk a whole lot here. We're in an oscillating market, so if it breaks out, we want to be able to cut that as quickly as possible. And then we'll look to take profit right up here. Let's take profit 2 at the top of that channel. So we're going to take profit 1 right here, take profit 2 right up here, and now we're going to move to buy and sell. So we've got a bracket order in, basically just bracketing in this current channel that we're working on. All right, so we're all set there. So those trades are on, and we'll let that one go. If this breaks through here, we break out, off of 33.90. We'll watch 3,400, just see what happens. If it if it breaks out, takes us out at our stop, that's fine. We've got a very limited risk here. Then we'll just simply watch to see if we're going to close above this 33.90 and get a confirmation of direction. If we get a confirmation there, then we'll look to move our buy up to this level and take it back north from there. All right, so we got our Euro USD trade on, and I'm just going to make a quick note on my daily regimen paper here, so I know what we're trading and why we're trading it. So just like you guys are, I'm filling out my data regimen so that I have a record of what I'm trading, and I can go back and very easily know why I took those trades and you'll be able to support that. I mean, again, this is important for us because we want to make sure we're thinking through it. Just, it doesn't mean we're going to win every trade. We can do all the right planning and still end up with a losing trade. That's just a fact of life. It's a fact of trading. We're going to have losers. But we want to make sure that we didn't miss anything. So following the exact same process every time and ensuring that we're completing this form and ensuring that we're looking at all the factors will help us long-term analyze what we're doing and make improvements if we need to. So there we've got it. All right, next up, and we'll move through this one pretty quickly, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. So let's do this one. We're coming up to the pound USD. All right, here to the pound USD, and we're currently trading at 55.84. Channel information, first stop on our list. All right, channel tells us, oops, just threw my pin at myself. Channel tells us we've got a daily bottom at 55.09, and we have a channel top at 56.07. So 55.09, 56.07, about 100 pip channel there on that pound USD. Support resistance levels. Well, we're currently trading at 55.84, which is kind of a decision point for us. You've got 55.86 right here as our as a support resistance level, so that'll kind of be our center point. Now, if we break below here, we're looking to 55.42, and if we break back above it, we're looking at 56.07, which also aligns with our channel top, making that a little bit stronger of a level. If we break through there, the next stop would be 56.33. And if we break below this 55.42, then of course we've got 55.09, which is our channel bottom. We're trending or oscillating for the day on the pound. Now it looks like we kind of got into a little bit of an upward trend here, but ultimately still just kind of chop around. Even after news, we've come back and chop a little bit, but kind of a slight upward trend. Has the channel been broken though? Then that's the big question. Have we broken our channel? Have we broken above 56.07 or below 55.09? The answer there is no. Even with news, we came up and we pierced it, but this is proving to be a pretty darn solid channel top for us. So broken channel, negative. Have not closed above that yet. Average daily range. Why do we want to know that? Well, again, we want to know the range because we don't want to go long at the very top of a range or go short at the very bottom of a range. We want to make sure that we're taking trades that have some opportunity for us to get our profit. So what are we looking for here? Average range today, we've moved 55 pips. And on average, we're 5-day, we're about 80 pips. 130-day, we're 120 pips. So we're somewhere, call it 100 to 120 pips on average. These shorter term ranges is simply because of the summertime blues that we've been in. News, we know that there is no news coming up, but it is a pound holiday. So with that said, we may not see a lot of movement here on the pound. It's a holiday. Maybe not as heavily traded, and that could cause some of the bigger whip that we might not normally see. What's happening with the futures market? Dow, gold, crude. Probably not a lot since we looked at it 5 minutes ago, but we'll just pop back over there. I want to get in the habit of doing that. So what we're seeing on the futures market, slight lean. If we look down here at the dashboard, a slight lean to the positive side. We're seeing a lot of green. Green in futures generally is going to equal a weaker U.S. dollar. But really this Dow is going to be the tell-off. If we break back above 15,000, we'll really see some weakness here. If this comes back up and reverses, back into the downward trend that we've seen over the past month, then we could see some strength in the dollar. So we'll just want to keep an eye on what's happening here with this futures market, especially as our floor traders come on here shortly. The Chicago Board of Trade gets underway with the floor traders. I mean, there's a lot of electronic trading presently, but your floor guys coming in here in about 10 minutes or so. All right, so futures kind of a mixed bag, but with a slight lean to the positive side in futures, which could indicate some dollar weakness. So we'll see what happens there. We've gathered our information now, and let's see what we can put together. So first things first, let's put our channels on the board. We've got 56.07 as a channel top. Sorry guys, just got a little tickle in my throat today. All right, so 56.07 is a channel top, and then we've got 55.09 down here as a channel bottom. So we'll throw our channels on. So here we are, the channel we're working in. Next up, we want to compress that a little bit, find out what are the other areas that we should be concerned with. And Forex Joe's report lets us know that we've got a channel, or not a channel, a potential resistance or support area here at 55.86, which is pretty much where we're trading right now. Just move that down a had 55.86, which is right here. And then we've also got 56.07, which is up here, 55.42, which is right down here, close enough for the pip. And then let's compress this a little bit more. Actually, it's already done it for us. This 55.86 is really setting up to be a nice level of support for us here. It was resistance. We broke it. We resisted here. We broke it on news. We've come back and we've just retested it. Let's just go ahead and enter a buy down here on a second retest, see if we can't get some traction there. Enter a buy down here. Again, just like we did with the euro, we're going to keep our profit taking quick, and we're going to keep our risk pretty low, and we'll look there. Now, the top side is you know, where are we? We're in a 50 pip range for the day. You know, this 56.07 has really shown to be a solid area of resistance for us here. So we've got support down here at 55.86. We've got resistance up here at 56.07, and you can very easily, we've tested that a couple of times, but again, during this time of year, we see levels of support and resistance tested a bit more often than they would be under regular conditions. You know, under a trending market, you might see these areas like, you know, tested once or twice and then it just breaks out. But under these conditions, we typically are going to see these tested a few more times. The other thing I like about this one is that it's right there near a whole number. We haven't seen it close above 5,600 yet, and if we get above 5,600, then that could really, you know, tell us we've got some running to do. So let's go ahead and we'll park a sell just below that. Where is my sell stop loss? It seems to have. All right, 50. It says it's over here at 55.84. Must be hiding out. Oops. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. It was hiding behind that line. Sometimes I get these colors on here and it's tough to see. So we'll do the same thing. We're going to look to, you know, we're going to look to retest this level. It's shown up as a good level of resistance for us. We'll look to retest that, and then again keep our risk pretty tight, and then keep our our profit taking quick as well. At least for take profit one, because the software at that point will lock in our positive trade for us. Once we hit take profit one, this will automatically move our stop loss to break even plus one, and we'll be in a risk-free trade. So we want to keep our take profit pretty tight on take profit one. Let, you know, the others run loose a little bit, so we can get some additional pips out of that. But at the same time, we want to keep our risk tight as well, so that we're not just getting blown out if this does break out against us, which it very well could. We are going to see a break one direction or the other. And then finally, let me go ahead and write down what I'm doing here. So I'm 56.07 for a sell and a buy down here. All right. Next up is the U.S. yen, and this will be the last one that we do. U.S. yen currently trading at 98.36. Oops. So currently trading at 98.36. What's our channel information tell us on this one? We pop over here, go to the daily report. Did I miss it? Scrolled a little bit too fast, but right by it. All right, so U.S. yen tells us we've got a daily channel bottom at 98.15 and a channel top at 98.91. No real alignment here. We're not seeing anything lining up as far as our short term or our midterm and long term. We do see a 2 of 3 channel up here above us, 99.67. We know that's been a really tough area for us. We've seen price repel off of that a few times already this year. Been a really tough channel, good channel top, but we're not right there. We're not there now. So we're concerned about what's happening here on the daily level, 98.91 and 98.15 for our channel top, channel bottom. Support resistance information, 98.36. So we're really right now, 98.38 is a key area. 98.38, kind of our midpoint, kind of a decision point for us right now. If we break below it, 98.15, which is our channel bottom, will be our next stop, followed by, if we break through there, basically 9800, which is a big psychological level. Those whole numbers are always great spots to look for price to stop or stall. Great entries. A lot of folks look for entries around these whole numbers. If we go to the upside, if we break above here, 98.76 for resistance, followed by 98.91, which coincides with our channel top, giving that a little bit more strength. Trending or oscillating so far on this USD yen. Looks like we're in a little bit of a downward trend for the day, so we've got some direction here on the downside. Has the channel been broken? That's the big question. Have we broken below 98.15 or above 98.91? Nope, have not broken above 98.91. Have we broken below down here? Nope. 98.15 certainly have not. So channel has not been broken. Negative. What's our range? Well, today we've moved about 60 pips, 59.8, and our average range is anywhere from 90 to 125 pips. So just like the others, we've got some opportunity for further movement here. Any news coming up? No, we know there's no news, but we do have the pound holiday, which could cause the market to act a little bit different than it normally would. And then finally, we need to understand what the futures market's doing and where that's going. And the floor traders are just coming live, right about now. So we'll see where that goes from here. Presently, we know we've got a slight lean to the positive side, which could cause dollar weakness, but that'll remain to be seen. If we start rallying, back above 15,000, then we'll definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely, there's no definiteness in trading. We'd have a higher likelihood of seeing dollar weakness if we repel off of that and really start breaking down lower like we have been for the trend on this, for the trend on the Dow, which has been down this month, then we'd see further strength in the dollar. And that's simply because, again, as we cash out positions, here we're holding those positions liquid in U.S. dollars, and then as we start taking positions, we're pulling U.S. dollars, pulling out of U.S. dollars and putting them back in these other areas. So that's why we're concerned about what's happening there. All right, so now we've got some information here. We've gathered our support resistance, our channel information. Now let's look at placing some trades. So we've already, let me just reset this real fast. We don't have the same lines on here. We'll put some new lines on. All right, so we've got 98.91 for a channel top, 98.91. Right about here. And then we've got 98.15 for a channel bottom. So we'll look for that right down here. All right. So 98.91, 98.15. We're currently trading at 98.39, and we had a support resistance level at 98.38. So let's put that one on the board, which is right about here. And below us 98.15, above us 98.76, which is actually right up here. There we go. Now, we want to compress this channel a little bit to see where we're really seeing our support or resistance for the day. And we've got, a level for this current session right through here at this 98.47, 98.50 area. So this could be a great spot to look for it to pull back to for a potential sell entry. It would be right up here. Get that out of the way. and then look to take profit pretty quickly. So what I'm looking at here again is just we're compressing the channel a bit to say, you know, where are our intraday opportunities. We've got obviously the numbers on the report, which are very strong, especially as we see channel alignment. But then for the day, we've got our support resistance levels, and then you've also got additional channels which will set up under just the current market conditions. So what we'll look here is if we can pull back to retest this 98.47, I'll look for a sell on that one. I really don't see that the trend is for the day is down for this pair, so I don't really see a buy setting up right now. If we did move down to this 9800 area, and that's about 80 pips, and you know, we're about 87 pips on a 5-day range, although we're much beyond that if we look to the 100 to 120 to 130 day range. But 9800, you know, is a big psychological level. So if we did get down to 9800, I would certainly look for price to stall out there, see if I couldn't get a few pips. I mean, that might be it for the day since it's kind of a light market. So we could look at 9800 again, keep our profit taking quick for take profit 1, and then see if we can stretch take profit 2 back to the channel bottom here. So if we broke through that channel bottom, I could look at 9800 for an entry, and that's simply because it's nearing our shorter term average daily range, and it's a whole number. So because of those two things, I could feel good about parking that buy at that level. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on, and we'll leave that one where it is. All right, so that's what I'm looking at for the day, and yeah, those would be the trades I'm having a look at here, utilizing Forex Joe's methodology, and we'll see if we can grab some pips. So we've got trades on the euro, trades on the pound, and a couple of trades on the USD yen. Again, for me personally, I don't really trade past the London close. So as we get here for the next, these trades will be on for the next couple of hours, but as we approach that London close, if the trades haven't triggered, then I'll just shut them down and just go about my day. So it is kind of an odd day since we've got a holiday over there in Great Britain. You know, it's a holiday for the pound. So you know, we might just be range bound trading for the day. But ultimately, we've looked at our channels, and we have some channel areas where we have the highest probability for entries, and we'll let those play out. So there we have it. Hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time.